Hi friends, it's Mari Clarke here for the Hip Kit Club. I have a project today using the gorgeous December kits, and I'm also featuring one of the cut files from December. This was the Snowflakes cut file. These are just so beautiful. There's two different cut files in this set, and each has an open circle area in the center, which I thought was perfect for my photo today. I'm also going to be using this beautiful paper from the December kits. This is just absolutely stunning. It just reminds me of what the winter sky looks like here where I'm from. So beautiful, so dreamy. This kit is absolutely stunning. All of the December kits are just, they will blow you away for sure. So here you can just see I have my photo ready to go in that backing of that snowflake. And I also wanted to use this really pretty paper as well. It's just gorgeous. And I wanted to use it as a torn piece of paper on the left side of my layout. So what I did was I just tore a little bit off the edge of the paper, and I just wanted it to be just kind of like an uneven line. Obviously I want it to be a little bit curved, not straight at all, and I'm just going to distress the edges and curl the edges of that torn edge of the paper up a little bit, and then I'll just take that to my trimmer and cut that off as a strip. And I will be using that as a area of focus on that left side of the project here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that strip off using my trimmer and set that aside now. And I'm just going to kind of get an idea of where I want the photo now with that torn paper. This is one of the products from the color kit, and it is so much fun. This is a winter white glacier paste from Nuvo. It is absolutely gorgeous. Just perfect for winter themed projects for sure. I'm using the stencil that's in the color kit as well. It's a snowflake stencil. It is absolutely fantastic, and I'm just using my Nuvo spatula to apply that paste through the stencil just to create that little bit of extra texture and interest on this beautiful pattern paper. So some of this will definitely get covered up, but you will mostly be able to see it, and it's just going to add this beautiful sparkle and shine. Now I did tear away a little bit of that paper there that you can see I'm showing you on the top right hand edge. I just wanted to do a little tear away just for a little bit of interest in that section as well. I've also torn another piece of pattern paper from the kit. It's that snowflake kind of sweater paper here. I'm just showing you that one now. It's so beautiful, and I just love the pinks in this kit. They're so pretty and soft. I love the softness of this kit so much. It's one of my favorite things about the December kits. And I'm going to start to adhere these papers down. I tore that extra little piece of pattern paper to lay over top of this one just to create a little bit more layering and dimension in that way. So I'll go ahead and add this second torn strip over onto that first layer there. You could just see I'm adding those in. I am going to do some sewing on that paper as well. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. I'm going to add a little bit more of that pink pattern paper over to the right side as well underneath that tearaway section, and then that's just going to create just some really cool texture over in that area as well. So I'll adhere that down, and now you can just see how nicely my base is coming together. Then of course that snowflake with the picture will be the focal point for my photo. And I'm also wanting to use this Pocket Life card from the Pocket Life kit as the place for my journaling. And I also really love this chipboard piece from one of the chipboard sheets here that says 2022. This layout is all about goals for 2022. And so you'll just see me here. I'm going to create a little backer for that chipboard number with another one of the Pocket Life cards here, and so I've just added that onto a little chunk of that Pocket Life card, just distressing the edges here a little bit with my paper distressing tool. And before I add it onto that lined Pocket Life card, I will add that with a little bit of foam adhesive as well, so that it pops up off that Pocket Life card a little bit more, just adding a bit more dimension. So just continuing to distress the edges of that paper just makes it look a little bit more interesting. And there you can just see where I'm going to put that on that card. And I am going to show you here, I've already added some sewing onto my project here. I just love the look of the machine sewing. I think it just makes the project have just a little bit more I don't know, interest and dimension in that way. I've also added some sewing to that pocket life card at the top and bottom where I'm going to put the journaling. And now I'll add this chipboard 2022 to the top of that pocket life card with that foam adhesive. So just adding a few little pop dots on there. I'll use my tweezers here just to help me place that on there nice and straight. I'm also using another piece of, this is one of the pattern papers I've already used here. It's the back side of that. I believe it's the one with the pink with the snowflakes. And I'm just going to trim that out a little bit here, and I will use that as a mat behind that pocket life card. Again, just adding a bit more texture to that card. And I'm going to, you know, distress the edges of that as well, just to make it look a bit more interesting also. So here you can just see me folding it and just roughing it up a little bit with my fingers. I like how that looks. I love the ruled distressed edge of the paper. I think it just looks really cool. Now I'm just taking some craft foam from my stash, and I'm going to cut around just using the circle that was the cutaway from that cut file, and just wanting to cut a piece of craft foam to add to the back of my photograph. And that's going to pop up that photo and the cut file in that way, just to add a little bit more dimension. I'm using liquid adhesive on the back of that so that it stays adhered to that Nouveau paste. And now I'm going to take some of the die cuts from the different kits. There's 2 different packs of die cuts in the December kits. They are both fantastic. One is a little bit, has a few more florals in it, or it's more of a floral theme. And then the other one has floral snowflakes and different little icons in it. They're both fantastic, really, really fun, and just coordinate obviously so beautifully with all of the exclusives in this kit. I did want to shape those die cuts a little bit and distress the edges just slightly, just to give them a bit more texture. And I'm going to just create a little bit of a cluster over to the left of the photo, and it just adds some nice dimension. I'll layer those up with some foam adhesive, and I'll also create some dimension and layering here using my using that ball, the ball with the foam there, just to create a little bit of cupping on that floral piece there. So you can see that looks nice and dimensional. Now these puffy alphas are also in one of the kits for December. Love the color. I just love how this dark blue pops off of the layout. I'm going to just place these kind of wonky above that project life card, and that's going to be the title for the layout, which is goals, and then 2022, and then my journaling will go onto that pocket life card in that way. Just going to do a little bit more paper shaping here with that ball and my foam. And I'll just go ahead and I love doing that because it does really texturize those die cut pieces and just brings them up off of the project. Really allows for that layering in that way. Now this is another one of the die cut pieces. It's a circle with some lines on it. This is a really great piece for using for your layers as well. So I'm going to put that over beside the pocket life card, and then I will layer some other items up on top of that. I will pop this up on a little bit of foam adhesive, and then you'll just see me adding a bunch of different bits on a star and a tree, a couple of trees and some leaves, just to create another little cluster over in that area, trying to create that visual triangle in that way, with the one focal area, of course, being the photograph, and then this down in the corner. And then I'll also do a little bit of embellishing where that tearaway is in the top right hand corner to finish off my little visual triangle here. So just going to see me using my precision tweezers, as I always do, whether it's card making or scrapbooking. Really love my tweezers because I do not have fingernails. It does make picking things up a lot more easily. Just creating that dimension with the foam adhesive in all of these different areas, and using the die cuts, whether they're snowflakes or stars or trees or foliage, whatever it might be, to create that extra texture and dimension on the project. And now you can see the visual triangles complete. I'm going to add in some details. This is also from the color kit. This is some Nouveau glitter drops, and this is I think these are silver crystals is what this one's called. These just add the perfect little bit of sparkly bling on my project. You can see that I've also added that little chipboard piece down by the lower right hand corner there that says goodbye by 2021. And now I'm just adding my journaling strips, which I typed on my vintage typewriter, and then I just trimmed the strips out with my trimmer. I'm going to add those onto my project life card with a little bit of foam adhesive strips here to pop them up. And it's just, the goals for 2022 are really simple. Do what you love, stay positive, and self-care, and everything else should fall into place, right? If those three things are adhered to on the daily. Anyways, those are my goals. Those are my primary goals. Take care of myself, take care of my family, obviously will be a huge priority, and just, staying positive and doing all the things that I love. So just going to grab one of these tabs. This is another one of the elements that's in one of the kits. I have added some staples to that. I'm going to adhere that over just to the bottom left of the project of the pocket life card. And now I'm just going to add one of these really sweet little puffy hearts to the word goals. I'm going to take the tiny little pink one here and add it to the O of goals. I just love how that looks. I think it just finishes off that title piece perfectly. I also wanted to take one of the phrases from this phrase sticker sheet. This one says all bundled up, and I definitely was bundled up in this picture that I'm documenting here with today. So I'm just going to put that up in that area where the photo is. And now I'm just looking at my project and thinking about, okay, what else do I want to add? First of all, I wanted to just straighten out that phrase sticker there, make sure I have that on there straight. And now I want to add some white splatter, which I really love the looks of, especially with a wintry theme project. But really the white splatter looks good on everything in my opinion. And so I'm going to just grab some white splatter from my stash. You could use anything for this, watered down acrylic paint, gouache, whatever you have in your stash that happens to be white that can take a little bit of water. And I really love the opacity of this Dina Wakley gloss spray, and so that is what I splattered with. Friends, I love the hip kits. It doesn't matter what month we're talking about, but this month I think is just absolutely stunning, and I just love how this layout turned out. Make sure that you check out in the description box below links to the Hip Kit Club, and you can check out all of the different kits that are in stock right now over at Hip Kit Club. And as a member of Hip Kit Club and a subscriber, you do have access to all of these amazing cut files, which is so super fun. Cut files are so fun to work with and really do sort of like create that starting point for your project, I feel, and add just really some fun aspects to a project. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well, and Happy New Year. I am wishing you the best of everything in 2022. Have a great day, friends. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.